Hi everyone, this is Joel Dale. You are watching a YouTube video of 20 years difference between the 1997 Sierra and 2017. Well, we're getting interrupted by Canadian National Train. We're at Craig Dunn Chevrolet Buick GMC in Port La Prairie, Manitoba. I wanted to do a little comparison between the two trucks, show what 20 years of difference has made for GM. So if we come over here, we're going to look at the two grills. Obviously the grill and lights are much bigger. These are projector beam headlights, larger grill, LED fog lights. Come look on my truck. Sorry for the bug splatter, didn't have time to clean it. You got your standard headlights. Those off-road lights sadly don't work yet. Got the front tow hooks. This truck is commonly referred to as a heavy half-ton. Basically a 3/4 ton and a half-ton frame. Now I'll give you a look at the engine. It's a 5.7 liter 350 cubic inch motor.
How many kilometers are on your truck, Joel?
Currently on my truck there are 331,128 kilometers.
And going strong?
Still going strong, as if it was brand new. Under here you see we have the 350 motor, 350 Vortec. So this motor produces 255 horsepower at 4,000 RPM, 330 foot-pounds of torque at 2,800 RPM. So it's low-end torque truck, very good work truck. Under here, for my air filter, I have a Canon air filter. I get better mileage and power out of it. I've had this truck almost for a long time. A little backstory with this truck. Reason why I wanted one like it is because my grandfather had a regular cab version of this, and I got very attached to it as a kid. And unfortunately, he's no longer here with us, and the truck is no longer around. So I thought of the next best thing. And this thing actually came out from around Carberry too, and that's where this other truck came. Probably sold by Ramsey Motors when they were GM. Now we'll head over to this truck. This one's got a 5.3 liter V8. Makes 355 horsepower at 4,600 or 5,600. 380 foot-pounds of torque at 4,600 RPM. Direct injection. Has multi-displacement or cylinder deactivation. As you can see, very neat engine bay. I wish mine looked like this. But you look at the difference between the electronics on this truck and this truck. This truck's very basic. Here you've got your computers here, the brake booster is behind it, your brakes, wiper motor, cruise control module, AC, excuse me, alternator, your batteries here. You can also put another battery on the side here. These trucks also had an option of carrying 20-pound storage for 20 pounds, or storage that can hold up to 20 pounds. You got your coolant reservoir tank, and basically everything's uniform. Do you have any questions? Or?
No, I don't. I'm really glad you brought your truck in here to share your story with us. This truck's been on the road for 20 years. It's got just over 330,000 kilometers, and Joel says it's been a phenomenal truck for him. So it's really interesting to see how the GM products will hold up, and really to see the difference that 20 years can do to a truck overall. So
yeah, and if you come look over here, you can see along the truck here, there's very little rust. Just got a little bit of rust going into the side of the cab here, and most owners of these trucks will say obviously this is where it starts. Got a little bit of road rash here. Fuel cap and everything works great. This is the big motor, so if you want to relate motors from 20 years to now, the 5.3 it would be a 305, and the 5.7 is your 6.2. So I do it like this. I run this truck on premium gas because I want to keep this truck for a long time. I get a lot better response out of the truck. Down here you see we got 4 leaf springs. This is why we call it a heavy half ton. It's meant for towing and everything. It's got a 3.73 rear end, G80 locker, just like this brand new Sierra right here. It'll have a G80 locker. Here we have 2 leaf springs with 1 overload, much thicker than what I got, but it'll still perform the same. These are 265 65 18-inch tires. Those are 265 75 16-inch tires.
So they've gotten a little bit bigger.
Yeah, they've gotten a little bit bigger. You could almost, if that was 16-inch, that'd go perfectly on my truck.
And there's the GM signature Z71 logo as well, which you'll see up front here on this truck.
Yeah, Z71 4x4 badges are put up at the front on the newer style. If we come back here and you look at the back of our tailgate here, you'll see that it says Sierra, like on most GMC trucks. It's still in the same spot. But here, since this is a 97, this is the last year you'll see GMC truck. Anything after 98 has just GMC on it. And I'm kind of sad that this truck doesn't have it, but when I open my tailgate, it comes right down. Now we go open the tailgate on this truck. Soft drop tailgate. I really like this, actually. I wish my truck had it. So, another cool feature you have on these new trucks, you got your corner step bumper, which is good for an older gentleman. If he can't get up on a bumper that easily, he can step in and go up. With my truck, you have to step up here, and you can see how much more I have to step up. Now if I close my tailgate and I step up here, this is kind of like your corner side step for the older trucks. Then you are able to get into the box much easier. This truck's max towing capacity is about 5,000 to 8,000 pounds, which is pretty good for an old truck like this.
And that new one as it sits would be 9,100 pounds.
So very similar, very similar. If we just check out the interior here. Interior here, it's an SLE bench seat. And I'll just flip up the center thing. You got seating for 6 people in this truck, mechanical 4-wheel drive engage, very reliable. Have really no complaints about this truck at all. It's very, very solid truck. And if we go over to the passenger side, in case some people haven't noticed, I haven't opened a door here because this is just solid cab. This was a feature on all GM trucks with the 3-door cab, extended cab. Some models, this door didn't even open. So, pardon the mess, but it's a work truck.
Looks like you got some tools back there and your
booster cables for helping other people. I recently snapped my toe strap. Pulling Fords. So, I have actually pulled Fords out of the ditch. I've pulled Fords to the mechanic shop. And I have not had an issue with my truck doing it. So I put some GMC mud flaps on there because it didn't have any. And to combat the rust, I figured that'd be the smartest idea. I don't have any on the back just yet. Now here's your cab corner here. It's starting to rust a little bit. Not too bad, but
you do have a 20-year-old truck with 330,000 kilometers on it, with a body that
is phenomenal.
In very, very nice shape.
First week I had it home in town, I got lots of looks from people there, and it was very clean. It's a little dusty. I'll go ahead and fire the truck up for you. Give it a couple of revs. Just as a note, this truck is catless. other truck. And then we'll do a little interior tour of this one. So obviously with this one, it's a bench seat, same like my truck, except you have your electronic four-wheel drive, which is offered on every truck. I don't believe the work trucks have mechanical four-wheel drive.
We're starting to see it in more and more of them, yeah. So some of our lower end trucks are starting to be available with that, with the electronic, the two-way transfer case, as well as the auto truck, which is very nice to see.
I like I've used for all my ranges, my 4 high and 4 low, I have used my 4 low. It is very helpful, especially if you're getting stuck. In the back here, it's very spacious too. It's a full 4-door cab.
We do have a 40/60 folding bench seat back here too,
I
so
wish
you
my
can
truck
get that
did
seat
that.
up, and you have tons and tons of storage space there. So and they call it a stadium seating. You'll see down here, where your feet goes actually a little bit lower. It makes that back seat significantly more comfortable than just having a flat floor.
Yeah, and there's not as much of a transmission hump or a transmission tunnel hump in here. Manufacturers have tried to lower it as much as they can so you have comfort in the back seat, whereas my truck, it's not as bad. So we're gonna start up this brand new 5.3, this baby of a truck. Of course, this truck is the motor is a little cool, and we'll do a side-by-side comparison of how these trucks idle. Now, running side by side, you'll hear a little bit more noise coming out of this one because it's got a little more exposed fan. But as you can see, she just runs like there's nothing wrong with her. Very good truck. Come over here to this one, you can hear idles much quieter. That truck, my 97, is obviously a throttle body injection.
You hear that little tick?
Yep.
That's the direct injection.
Yep, that's a direct injection, yep.
So direct injection is a technology that GM's brought into their trucks that saves a lot of fuel. It really helps the fuel economy of our trucks, which has been fantastic over the years, the gains they've got in that regard.
And if you come look over here on the side of the engine, where you'd see my power steering pump, there's no power steering pump. These trucks use electronic ride steering. I still have a power steering pump.
Again, in the interest of fuel economy.
The fuel economy on this one is rated 13.1 by the EPA. My truck's fuel economy rated by the EPA would be a lot worse, but from what I've seen with a combination of a K&N dry flow air filter and being, sadly, my truck had to go catless, it's still got stock muffler and exhaust on it. It gets about 10 liters per 100 highway kilometers, so I can compete with this truck.
That's very good.
So yeah, and then I don't think you'll be able to see it very easily.
No.
But here's your...
I can give a little bit of an overview of the interior, kind of the changes. So trucks are available with this integrated trailer brake controller, which is very nice. And again, here's that electronic two-way transfer case, 4 low, 4 high. You have your auto track as well, which is a really nice feature. And of course your headlights. And I've seen a lot more technology come into the trucks. This one has a bigger touch screen with a lot of different features on there. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, dual zone climate. This one does have heated seats. I'm going to pop in, also equipped of course with a backup camera. When I throw that truck into reverse, of course there's a nice Equinox behind us there, but get your projected line of travel there as well. So when you're backing up, and as I'm turning the steering wheel here, it's showing me whereabouts I'm going to end up. Really handy feature if you're pulling a trailer. Again, on the very bottom here, you can just see the receiver. So when you do have a ball mount in there, it's really nice and easy for hooking up a trailer as well. And then again, as you mentioned there, the bench seat and lots of space in there.
All right. I believe we're going to do a part 2, so stay tuned.
Perfect. Again, it's we're at Craig Dunn here, and thanks for bringing your truck out. It's really exciting to see someone who's passionate about his truck and compare what 20 years of changes will do to them.
Yep.
All right.
Thanks.